On the knockout stage here at the FIBA AmeriCup in Brazil 2022, the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico in Group B action. Last game for these two teams in the round robin. Fans here smiling and enjoying themselves as we get set for the second to last group stage matchup between two teams that are here in Brazil trying to improve their FIBA world rank. Those are the two games on the docket. Up first, Virgin Islands playing Puerto Rico. Then we have the Dominican Republic taking on Argentina. Argentina leading Group B 2-0. Puerto Rico trying to claim a second spot. Get your popcorn ready. It should be a good one between these two teams. The Virgin Islands with a historic tournament because of their head coach, Anisha Curry, the first woman to ever coach a men's team in an AmeriCup. She is looking for double history here, Javon, as standing on the sidelines is her story. A win would be monumental.
And you know, just talking to her and just getting a feel for her mindset and coming in here, she says, you know, this is nothing new to her, right? And she doesn't feel like this is, you know, necessarily making it. She's coaching basketball, you know, loves coaching it. She's a competitor. You know, has coached at the collegiate level, Division I as a head coach, and obviously had her time in the NBA coaching as well. And she's, you know, with these guys, it's about development for her, right? And she has a plan in place, and she's working towards that. And success isn't going to come overnight, but she's come in. She says she's not worried about anything of the past, and you know, her whole thought process is looking forward and what she has in play and what she plans to do, you know, for this national team here. And that was special to hear because it's motivating, it's inspiring, and it invigorates her group, right? It gives them a confidence because she's the leader. You have confidence like that, you know, you're bound for success. So I'm excited to see what she's gonna do. You know, hey, you can't look past today against Puerto Rico. You know, surprise victory here would be great, but definitely some big plans with this Virgin Island group, and I believe in her. I believe in her. She believes in herself, and more importantly, her players believe in her.
Confidence definitely oozing off of Anisha Curry. On the other side, confidence oozing off the Puerto Ricans as they came into this tournament not to just be here, but to compete, potentially win a medal. And that medal, they would love for it to be gold. 19th ranked Puerto Rico, led by head coach Colon. We'll be able to talk a little bit more about Puerto Rico in a bit as we listen to the national anthems for these two great nations.
Remain standing for the national anthem of Virgin Islands. Welcome teams, exchange gifts. Cumprimento dos atletas, vamos nessa, DJ Doido.
Five for Coach Colon. It's going to be Condon, Reyes, Ortiz, Mojica, and Waters.
And, you know, I'm looking at the starting lineup, and we came in here, and Tremont Waters was the feature player coming into this tournament. But I'll tell you, there's a bad man right there, number 1, George Condon. And the way he's come out, he's impressed me. You know, a young guy, just 22 years old, and in the tournament, just under 15 points per game and 7 rebounds. More importantly, shooting 80% from the field goal. So what that tells me, as soon as he touches it, it's a bucket. And you know, the way he's doing, he's young, 22 like I mentioned, but just so smart in how he plays, so cerebral, and moves the ball, makes the right plays, makes the right passes, and puts himself in a position to score the basketball because he's so unselfish. But he's, you know, like some of the bigs that we've seen here, has the ability to play inside, has the ability to play outside. But I think it's the unselfishness and just the IQ that's been so impressive for me when he gets out there on the court.
Starting 5 for the Virgin Islands, Hanson, Lopez Jr., Christmas, Aska, and Nesbitt. For the history-making Anisha Curry, first ever woman to coach a men's team in the AmeriCup. She's looking to make double history here to add a victory on the way out of Brazil. Here is Coach Colon, the head coach for Puerto Rico. And let's listen to his huddle.
Hands up with Tremont. Tremont got the ball. Big down Jopnik. Mojica inside. Y George. When Mojica goes, big a Jopnik.
Miguel, you this corner, you on this wing, RC it there. Remember, set a wedge screen, set it tight. Ivy's gonna dribble off, and the same thing. Keith gonna come out of the corner, you gonna flare to the corner. A hammer screen, you got it? That's the first play. Second play, same thing up there. You go pass to Ivan. This time, we're going to get Miguel, okay? Miguel, you're coming out of this corner off a DHO from Ivan, okay?
Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands have played each other in American competition twice before. 2001, Puerto Rico won, and 99-93. Doubled that up by winning 85-74 in 2009. So a victory here from the Virgin Islands would be the first for them against Puerto Rico in an AmeriCup. 10 minutes on the clock, and Anisha Curry looking on. Just such a privilege to be able to sit courtside when history happens. Whether or not her team wins a single game in the round robin, we've been able to see her now coach 3 games here in Brazil. We can definitely take that back with us selfishly and say, hey, we were there for history at the AmeriCup. Off we go. Puerto Rico will have possession first. They are in the red jerseys. Virgin Islands in the home white. It'll be Waters waiting for some movement. Condon steps out, now hands it back to Waters, who launches a three. His shot off the mark. And Nesbitt will corral and start the first possession for the Virgin Islands. Aska, hard dribble, blocked by Condon.
There he is, right? Immediate impact there. The secondary defender just getting himself in position, trailing the play there, and getting himself a block shot. Does it on both ends. That's been the most impressive thing about him. Young and engaged.
Reyes showing you the handle. Can't get the lay. And it bounces to Nesbitt, who corrals another rebound. Nesbitt looking for some movement. Christmas comes to set the screen. It'll be Lopez for three. Way off. And Ortiz with the flat-footed rebound. Waters will try again from deep. This time makes it.
And deep three there. But Condon coming down and send that early drag screen, but sees that the defense is going under and just pins him under. Knows that Tremont can knock it down, doesn't hesitate and gets it.
Waters through 2 games, averaging 13 points, 8 assists. Hasn't shot the ball well from deep, only 20% from three-point range. As Nesbitt tries to respond, can't get it to go, and Waters plucks it out the sky.
Yeah, it's funny because I seen that, and it stuck out to me as well, his shooting numbers. But there's guys that shoot the ball, and there's guys that are just flat-out scorers. And I think he's one of those guys that can just flat-out score the ball, and his mentality never wavers. You see him here attacking.
Had the ball poked out of his hand momentarily, and again, and he's able to restart his dribble as Henson was harassing him. Now to be Reyes on the block on Nesbitt, and I love Reyes being aggressive here early on.
Gets that post touch there, and doesn't hesitate, just attacking, backing Nesbitt down, and just finishing over it.
Been one of the bright spots for Puerto Rico here in Brazil. Lopez's shot off the mark. And Waters uses the Condon screen right to the 10. A quick 7-0 run to start the game for Puerto Rico. Nesbitt attacking on Waters. Now turns the corner. Christmas, long 2. Gets the kind bounce.
Shooter's touch, right? Getting up there, enough arc, and you give the ball a chance. Nice rotation. You can just see it hit every point of the rim, but drop.
Finally breaking the ice for the Virgin Islands as Waters has come out to play. You talked about him being a scorer. He's showing you that scorer's mentality here in this first quarter.
Came out to show out, and he's moving those percentages back up.
8 of the 10 points is Oscar. Skies for the hammer. About to say 8 of the first 10 points for Puerto Rico have been from Waters, as Oscar interrupted me in my mid-sentence with that highlight reel slam. Condon underneath, wanted to pound it on Hansen, and it's a good job of Hansen contesting. Oscar wants a screen. Lopez unwilling to give it. Horrible pass that ends up in the hands of Ortiz. Reyes, ball poked out of his hands, will stay here with 20 on the shot clock. And Anisha Curry going to her bench early. Looks like Bloodman will come into the game for Nesbitt.
And I didn't even have to see. I seen Anisha Curry, turn to her bench and just wave for somebody to come up, and I could have put my last penny. That was going to be for Nesbitt with that last pass. Just didn't look, just toss it into the heart of the defense.
Henson trying to slither along the baseline, couldn't get past the defense of Reyes, so he gave it up. It's Aska right to the 10. A good contest there by his much smaller Mojica. Did enough to send that layup off. Don't look at Mojica as a rim protector, but he was protecting the rim that time. Ortiz right to the basket, blocked by Lopez. And Aska will push the other way. Aska right to the basket, swatted away by Condon. It's a block party early on in the first quarter. Mojica right to the 10. Can't get it to go. It'll stay here, 18 to shoot. Mojica looking up at the official, asking where is the whistle? Wanted the foul call. Here's Condon's last block, punching it away.
Just great timing, right? Just great timing, great feel defensively. Right? Just great timing, great feel defensively.
Virgin Islands in a 2-3 zone now. Condon inside, made a nice pass inside to Reyes, and he got a spine tingler as he got blocked by the rim. Wouldn't have counted anyway, there was a whistle before the dunk attempt.
And I know you played a bit, so what you're trying to say is that you would have got above the rim, is what you're saying.
I would have definitely got above the rim in my younger years. It would have been a squeeze.
Keyword, younger years.
I'm not saying I would have tore the rim off, but it would have been a squeeze as Condon tosses up an air ball.
Hey, squeeze is all right, because what do we say? 2 is worth 2. And we've seen a couple of squeezes from it. These guys are national team guys, elite guys, so you're in great company, believe me.
That squeeze probably would have ended up on my wall had we had the digital age when I played. Hansen for 3. Left it short. Condon mistimed his jump but was able to tap it back to Waters. Waters wants Condon to come and screen. Hard roll by Condon. Reyes getting into the dribble, hand up package. Ooh, looking at cash in on an and one. You'll have to earn him at the line instead.
See here the attack has Hansen on the side and just knows it right there. Just lulls the ref with the contact, takes the bump, and gets himself to the free throw line. Quickest way to add 2 points onto the board, get 2 easy shots, free shots, and missed the first one there. But you have guys that they're able to get to the free throw line. Those guys know how to score the ball, right? And you look across the world at any of the top leagues, whether it be the Americas, Europe, the NBA, guys that are able to get to the free throw line, get themselves easy buckets, you know, that's a skill in itself.
That free throw miss was Reyes' first in the tournament. He was shooting 100% from the foul line coming into this game. Oscar short on the midi. Waters pushes to Condon. Reyes attacking. Oh! Rejected by Christmas. It'll be Lopez. He'll tee up a 3. Can't get it to go. What a block by Christmas. Challenging Reyes at the rim. Mojica, he'll attack. Ortiz from the corner. Can't get it to go. Last touch by Condon will go the other way.
And you're gonna hear me with Condon's name. I mean, it's gonna sound like a broken record, but even there I was impressed because he can't get a hand on the ball, but he's still making the effort, right? Tapping it out, goes out of bounds, and you know, he's out on the bench taking a break. But those plays right there are energy plays. And you know, if one of his teammates were in position, that would have gave him a second chance at the ball, or a second chance, or another possession rather. But it's impressive to see him do those sort of plays, and have that understanding at such a young age.
Hasn't been the greatest shooting night so far for either team. Reyes stepped out of bounds, so we'll stay here. 22 on the shot clock for the Virgin Islands now to work with on this possession. Here's the Christmas block. Different angle of it. That was clean as a whistle. That's why there was no whistle on the play. Reyes might have to think twice next time he goes in there on the big man. My elevation wouldn't have got me that high to even try that. I would have had to float it.
Well, listen, I worked out today and I was doing some box jumps, so maybe I'm trying to get back to that.
Okay. Listen, there's a little break between the next game. We can get you out there to
absolutely
put on a little show.
I said I'm working towards it. I didn't say I'm there yet.
We can go back to tapping the glass first.
You are tapping the glass. You're trying to have me in a stretcher before we get to the quarters, to the box out round.
Which is in a day. We'll have the off day tomorrow. We'll be back on Thursday. Winner go home time. Hansen in the corner for 3. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound squirting through hands of Corbett. And Waters, look at the speed. Opens up so much space for Romero. Plummer for three. Indeed. This great ball movement that time.
He's been shot ready all tournament, right? You see him spacing and filling on the perimeter there. 40% from three. He's been, he gets so much elevation on the shot too. You always notice it. Always looks like it's gonna be a good shot.
Here he is on the other side, teeing up a three. Knocks that down.
All right. Now you make me sound like I know something.
Right on cue. Breaking the broadcaster jinx. Making it out to be a myth. 6 points off the bench. 17-4 the score for Puerto Rico, and they're finding the range from deep. Henson right at the doorstep, couldn't ring the doorbell. Reyes inside, Romero. That's a gorgeous fake and finish.
Nice. And he's never been the most finesse. He's not the most finesse big out here, but believe me, look, twinkle toes there. The nice fake. Gets back to his right hand. Here's some Plummer getting up. Nice rotation, nice shot, knocks it down. And again, sets his feet and just gets up into it. You're not that first one down, that you're always gonna feel like the second one's going down.
2:20 remaining in the first quarter. 19-4 your score. Here is the Virgin Island Huddle.
Okay. Slow down. 77. Let's look inside. Let Rakeem roll down there. Get high-low first before we go into DHO. Okay. Scout report said 25 can do one thing. He came in 6 points in a row. Let's go.
Come on, y'all. Hey, we got to do better as a team. Hey, team on three. 1, 2, 3, team.
Former teammate there, Ivan Aska, closing out the huddle with a strong message, being the leader of this bunch. There's the man that you've circled to highlight in this game, George Condon. He's been hosting a block party here in the first period.
Block party. I'm always impressed when you have guys that are doing the intangibles. The way he sets screens too is impressive. Getting Tremont up here, you see him coming across, the block shot there. Just look at that one step, nice long stride. Doesn't have to exert much effort to get across the key. And great block, great timing.
Apparently he's over there telling jokes too, as he had Parker with the mouth wide open. You can see his back teeth on that laugh. Aska inside. Christmas finds a way to force it up. Romero can't believe the whistle blew there. Will send Christmas to the line for 2 free throws. Here's the red-hot Plummer. Be careful, Mr. Cologne. He's been hot. You don't want to burn yourself with touching him. I need oven mitts to give him a high five. First free throw no good by Christmas, but he makes good on the second. It's Waters. Dribbles in the front court, staring at his zone. Thompson into the game, number 55 in red for Puerto Rico. Plummer is off the mark that time. Loving it inside to Christmas. This is good action this time from the Virgin Island. Can't finish it though. And Romero now in the front court, showing you he has a little bit of handle.
Might have been wrong. He might have heard me when I said he's not much of a finesse player. Show me the handle, show me the footwork.
Thompson falling away, and it's going to be the foul on Romero as he just discarded Bloodman. Christmas will sit, will allow Jules to check into the game for the Virgin Islands. And Fernandez checking into the game for Puerto Rico, number 22 in red. Guarding the rock. And the clock didn't start, so we'll get that sorted out. And it will be Virgin Island basketball. take a look at Henson. He's had a tough shooting night so far. Missed a couple of bunnies. Had some open threes at his disposal, but wasn't able to cash out. Bloodman, Aska, the jab step inside. He was blocked by Romero, followed his own, and then pump faked some space to lay it in.
That's one thing Ivan's going to do. He's going to continue to fight, right? He's not going to let up, win, lose, or draw, whether he's up 20, whether he's down 30. He's going to play hard.
Plummer finds Ortiz. Ortiz now inside to Romero. A little chin up on the rim. It's gorgeous ball movement from the Puerto Ricans on that possession. They're up 14 as Aska has that dribbled off his heel, and another turnover here for the Virgin Islands. Fernandez. Thompson, they want to look for Romero. They find him. Romero puts it on the deck, now spins baseline. Good pass to Plummer. Plummer, tough step back. It's the front of the rim, will get his own miss. Fernandez for three. Can't get it to go, and Bloodman has a chance to put it up at the buzzer, but he does not. And that's how we'll end the first period. Good showing from Puerto Rico in the first 10 minutes of play. They lead 21-7 over the Virgin Islands. The stats from the first 10, you see Puerto Rico able to shoot 36% from three-point range. It's been a struggle so far from the Virgin Islands shooting from the field. As we take a look at the best sights and sounds from the first quarter. Well, a reminder, you could scan the QR code that is coming up on your screen in just a second. Get your camera ready and get it ready for the courtside 1891 app. Streams, schedules, scores, and so much more. Extended highlights from the FIBA AmeriCup. And of course, Eurobasket and the upcoming FIBA Women's World Cup in Australia. There it is. Download the app, scan the QR code. All one touch, easy process. Courtside 1891, the app you need to follow along with us here in Brazil. 21-7 your score after the first period of action. Puerto Rico in front. It will be the Virgin Island basketball to start the second quarter. Let's take a look at Thomas, Ethan Thomas. Romero was slow to arrive to the court, so we waited for him. And now we're set. There's 5-on-5, and off we go. Period number 2. Bloodman has the rock. Romero with a good hedge. Tag back. Aska, tough layup opportunity. Thought he got tripped. No whistle blew. Plummer will attack the rim. That's a gorgeous move and layup high off the glass. 8-point game for Plummer. Knocked down those 2 threes in the first quarter and then showing you he could finish around the cup. 7-0 fast break points for Puerto Rico. Bloodman with 5 to shoot. Wild shot there, and Romero vacuums it in. Fernandez. Plummer tried the no look to Romero. It was red. Aska with the crossover to free himself up, and then the scoop pass to Jules, who was not ready for it. Goes out of bounds. Another turnover here for the Virgin Islands.
That's where, you know, Aska's when the veterans, when the older players on this team, more experienced players on the team, got to make a better decision, right? The spacing is not there. It's a tight space to underhand whip it. Have somebody running the lane in the corner. That's a great opportunity to kick out and get a rhythm to read, but at the same time, you'll have two or three white shirts in rebounding position.
Thomas feeds Romero. Six and counting for Romero. Milligan into the game for the first time, number 4 in white. Hanson back onto the floor as well for VI. Jules, jab step, now attacks into traffic, got stripped. Ball still loose. And Puerto Rico back the other way. Romero inside, count it, and the foul.
How strong was he, right? He took that contact, didn't phase him. You can just see his body. You can see him again under the rim, but in transition there got pushed in the back, and you can see it didn't phase him at all. Just continued to stay focused on the rim, and just eyes led the ball into the hoop.
8 points and counting now for Romero, all of them coming in the paint. 4 rebounds and 2 dimes. Misses the 3-point opportunity. Thompson comes up with the steal and then gets fouled. Question is whether he was fouled on the pass or if he's going to the line for free throws. It appears he is, as he earned his trip. Nope. Thomas was trying to bait the officials into giving him some free throws. Look at him there. Said he was shooting. But the officials will say it's a side out. There's a big smile on his face now. It's Puerto Rico will inbound. This is Thompson. That's too tall for him. Nesbitt in the open floor and lays it up softly out the window.
Nesbitt got off to a track meet there. He almost outran the basket.
See the quickness. Fernandez, good jab step. Nice no-look pass to Thompson. That's rejected by Hanson. We've seen some incredible blocks in this game. Christmas. Nesbitt tees up a 3. Can't get it to go. Hanson tried to keep it alive. Will go the other way. Here's the block by Hanson. Swallowed the basketball. Fernandez knifing in. Thompson open in front of his bench for 3.
Great read on that, right? You get a touch in the middle of the zone, the weak spot of the zone, kick out, and then corner overload and an open shot.
Milligan. Good ball movement that time. Lopez can't complete the shot, and a foul underneath on Synthron as Milligan was trying to tap it back in. So we'll stay here with 14 on the shot clock for VI. Here's what you talk about, getting it in the paint, kicking it out, especially against that zone.
Zone there, and Romero doing a good job of just screening the outside of the defense there. No chance, nobody around us. Best way to beat his zone.
Puerto Rico now in the zone themselves. And that leads to a Milligan jumper. It's his first 2 this evening. Thompson, seen thrown from the corner. Inside, Romero, good up fake. Count it, and the foul. He has been a monster in the paint.
Yeah, That's right. You're going to see him here, gets a dump down, and Ivan's leg gets caught on that big shoulder of his. He just plays through the contact there. But Cintron did a good job first attracting 2 defenders and then dropping it down to Romero.
Ivan Aska is 6'6" and at least 230 pounds, and Romero shook him off as if he was the size of Fernandez, his teammate.
Well, you look at Romero, he's about 6'8" and all muscle. All muscle, 250 straight muscle.
Nesbitt steps into a 3, can't get it to go. Great rebound inside by Hansen. That's a good effort to kiss it off the glass and keep the score ticking over for VI.
Hustle play there, just got above everybody, used his length, his athleticism, came down with it and finished.
Plummer blows the layup. Milligan in the front court. Nesbitt will tee up the 3. Indeed.
And you need more of this. You know, we spoke of the transition earlier where Ivan Aska just made, you know, an ill-advised pass, but this transition here, you know, Nesbitt running wide, and what happens? He's a beneficiary, an open, wide shot, and he can make that. Steps into it, tees up the ball. You can see nice rotation, easy shot for him.
32-16 with 5:54 remaining in the half. Timeout on the floor. Here's Puerto Rico's huddle.
Don't run to the paint. Looking for your guys. They go here. Y tenemos 1, 2, 3 in the middle. When they cross the ball, it's open. So guys, run for your guys. Check with your men early. Okay? Now they go man to man. Van a ir hombre a hombre. Ellos. DJ, la tiene aquí. DJ, come. Mael. Primer pase Ismael. Corta y corta. Okay. Come, cortaste. DJ, cortaste. Jordan, swing ahí. La tiene ahí aquí. Come y DJ, papi Ismael. Sella, fuera de la cortina, la última, fuera del paint. Without the paint. Seal early. Si lo conectamos, Ismael, Ethan, you open, Jordan, cortina, Plummer, in the other side. Bien, vamos, let's go.
Double figures for that man right there, Mr. Romero. A lot of his work in the paint. Here it is.
Like how Plummer scooped that right outside left hand and just scooped it at the top, almost at the top of the glass.
It was a tough shot in transition to make, and he made it look relatively easy. For playing horse, we definitely have H. 32-16 here in the first half. Puerto Rico posing their will with this man right here. Romero is rolling.
Quick first step there, right? Use that jab fake. A shot fake, rather, excuse me, and then just attacks, bursts out of that into his finish there.
2-3 zone for Puerto Rico. Milligan, that's a 2. His foot was on the line, but he drilled it. Give him 4 points and counting. It's a man-to-man for Virgin Islands. It's about the only mistake that Romero has made so far in the first half. Ball slipped out of his hands as he was trying to pass it across court, and then when it hit the ground, maybe his soccer instincts kicked in as he kicked it, trying to kick it back up to himself, causing the turnover. Ethan Thompson hits the bench for Puerto Rico. He leaves the game 3 points, 1 of 3 from the field. Nesbitt, Christmas, top of the key. It's Milligan turning on Romero. Romero did a good job of avoiding the foul. And Milligan just did a great job of out-hustling everyone in a red jersey. And Reyes will pick up the foul here for Puerto Rico.
I like, you know, him getting into the paint there and then just that hesitation there, stutters to step a bit and then get into the rack, and then that second jump, you know, knew he missed it, overshot it, right back up off the floor before everybody and gets himself again to the line.
Free throw misses there by Milgan. George Condit back into the game, as is Tremont Waters. Reyes rejoined. Cintrone and Plummer round out the 5 on the floor for Puerto Rico. Reyes inside, Cintrone. Back to the basket now, looking for help. Bad pass by Cintrone. Condit has it, and he was fouled by Aska, who did not want to give up a dunk. Not the prettiest of basketball, and boy, did Aska get his money's worth on that. Hammer and Condit. Wondering if that could have been maybe an unsportsmanlike. But he did go after the ball. 2 fouls so far for Aska as we get an opportunity to look at this young man who will certainly have a bright future as a pro. Four years at Iowa State. Played for Gigantes in the BSN, the Puerto Rican Pro League, where he averaged 11 points, 7 boards, shot 50% from the field. Wasn't the greatest of free throw shooters, 66% in the BSN, but knocked down those 2 relatively easy. Aska right to the basket. A little too big for Cintrone that time. Here's Plummer, not afraid to fire, and misses that one, and Aska in the open floor. Behind the back. A little too much dribbling there for Aska, gets it back. And he decides to slow it down and run a set. It's Nesbitt using the Christmas screen. Now Aska. Step back 3. Can't get it to go. And Plummer tracks it down. It's a bad pass by Waters. It leads to a Henson slam on the other end. Henson making sure he got up way above the rim. He was almost at the square that time, top of the square. It's a 13-point game as Virgin Islands showing a little bit of life. Plummer, rather, that's Reyes attacking on Henson, and that's good defense that time by Henson. We saw the fast break points, 10-7 in favor of Puerto Rico. It'll be Henson for 3, way off. Reyes pushes the other way with numbers. Reyes to the 10. Condit with the tap. Got it again and finished it.
And the skill there, right? Got the offensive rebound, missed it first time. With an inside hand, basket as a shield, and just kiss it off of the glass.
Nesbitt, that's a pretty looking jump shot there. (38-25), horn set on the way for Waters to work with. Cintrone, they want to go inside the Condit. Here he is on the block. Turns and faces. Now spins, jump hook. Left it short, he short-armed it. Milgan in the open floor, attacking the rim. Blocked by Condit. Plummer, Waters, Reyes taking the hit and finishing. .15 spread now for Puerto Rico. Under 2 to play here in the first half. Long 2 for Christmas falls. Waters, count it, and the foul. Tremont Waters going right to the bucket in a blur.
And he's so quick, right? Looking at the screen coming, just uses the eyesight, force the defense one way, and then just goes left to right and attacks the basket. And shoulder, left shoulder one way, and the right hand just extending, just keeping the defense off.
Henson leaves the game here late in the second period. Lopez replacing him. Waters toes the line for the and 1 opportunity. 11 points and counting now for Waters. 4 or 5 from the field. That's 2 dimes and also gobbled up a rebound. VI in the penalty now, no more fouls for them. Nesbitt for 3, drills it. Starting to find the stroke here late in the quarter. Parker on the floor for the first time in the game. Number 15 in red for Puerto Rico. Or rather, Reyes getting in his bag. Now, and to toss it back out to Waters. Waters, another gorgeous hesitation. Couldn't finish the layup, though. There's Milligan. VI looking to run. Jules again not ready to catch the pass. That's the second time where he was thinking dunk and all just goes out of his hands.
And that's what happens, right? You start thinking about the type of finish you're going to have. So that split second there, the ball's gone through your hands. And what makes it to compound it, after that happens twice, the next pass you start thinking about, I got to catch this, and you start to play tight.
Mojica gets fouled by Nesbitt. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. Jules checks out of the game as Christmas returns. There's the foul by Nesbitt. Free throw made there by Javier Mojica, who plays for Real Esteli in Nicaragua. Of course, the BCLA runners-up in 2021. Didn't shoot well in the BCLA this year, but averaged 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
I'll tell you this much, didn't shoot much there, but he was all BSN, all Puerto Rican BSN Finals MVP, right? And still clicking, still doing it, still kicking at it at a high rate at his age, right? To still be doing it. So imagine how he takes care of his body.
A lot of basketball playing in the BCLA and then later back home in Puerto Rico, top league. A league just completing not too long ago. Waters deep 3, didn't hit the rim. Parker has it and won't get a shot off, and that's how we'll end the first half. Puerto Rico playing well on both ends of the floor. A lot of blocks at the rim. They lead 45-33 over VI at the half. First half stats, all in favor of Puerto Rico. The Virgin Islands finding a little bit of touch from the floor in that second quarter. Rebounding battle, almost even. The ball movement has been good for both teams. And here is the top scorers. Romero leading the way with 12 points, the high man here at the half. So Puerto Rico up by 12 at the half over the Virgin Islands. We'll leave you with the best plays from the first half and be back with second half action. You are watching continuing coverage of the FIBA AmeriCup here from Brazil. Atencia driving, finds Ibargüen. Great wraparound look from Atencia. Shore.
defense hard the first 3 minutes. Let's go.
Hey, defense on 3, 1, 2, 3, defense.
Welcome back to Brazil and the FIBA AmeriCup 2022. Reminder, scan the QR code on your screen right now. Download the courtside 1891 app. Scores, streams, and schedules. So much more. AmeriCup going on. Eurobasket happening in Europe. Upcoming FIBA Women's World Cup in a couple of weeks from Australia. We have World Cup qualifying windows for the men in November. It's just a good time to be a basketball fan, and club season's getting ready to start all over the world. We're getting ready to start our second half here. Seconds away from that. It'll be Reyes who will inbound for Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico played well in that first half. Javon, the score line doesn't really indicate how dominant they were as they lead by 12.
Let up off the gas a bit late, but you're right, they came out and, you know, there's just an aura about them right now. They feel like they're in the driver's seat.
Condit, Reyes, Ortiz, Mojica, and Waters, who just finished that layup on the floor for Puerto Rico. Give Waters 13 and counting.
He came out aggressive that first quarter. Come out right now and right back to it, that penetration. And you see with a steal here behind the back. A little play, a little, ooh.
Just a little too much there from Puerto Rico.
Came out trying to have a little fun.
But to your point, Waters has been aggressive on both ends of the floor, and that's really set the tone here for Puerto Rico. And a great pass as Reyes rises up and lays it in.
Reyes again, like you watching this tournament, and he's, again, I said it, he's one of those guys that just finds a way, like finds his into gaps, into seams, has his hands ready, runs his lanes, and doesn't demand the ball, but he always ends up with a couple points, you know, 2 or 4 points back to back.
That's good hustle there by Lopez, and that turned into a layup for Nesbitt. Credit the Virgin Islands, they're still fighting in this game. Down 12. Waters. Boy, not letting up at all. It's another layup.
His finish package, right? Like his first step takes him right into the key, right? He's not the longest, he's not, you know, the most athletic, but that first step, that burst, you can just see gets him ahead, gets him that advantage. And his finish package, you talk about guys that have layup packages. He's finished under the rim, around the rim, uses the angles, and just always keeps that defense on his backside.
30 points in the paint for Puerto Rico. A lot of that is Waters, rather, and Romero, who had a terrific first half, dominating the painted area. Condit pulls down another rebound. It's Condit inside now on Christmas. Waters, Mojica. Over the top of Christmas. Christmas got a hand to it, but underneath was a foul, and Mojica earns a trip to the foul line. It's going to be on Nesbitt. Javier Mojica, the Real Esteli man, toes the line. Down the free throw. Mojica looking good from the line on that trip. Bloodman, who's back into the game for VI now, working the rock. Aska. Skip pass. Milligan attacking on Condit. Good defense there by Condit, going straight up and contesting that layup. He's had so many great plays protecting the rim here in this game.
And that's the worst place to be, right? You had Condit there protecting the rim, using his verticality, and then you had Tremont Waters, quick hands. So as soon as you came down with it, he's right there.
all over and back as Waters crossed over the line. It was a late whistle, but might have been the correct call. Waters doesn't seem to be complaining about it. As he gives up the rock. Here's the replay in slow motion. You decide at home. Just good hustle by Milligan. His body went across, but the ball never really went across. So see if the VI could take advantage of that one. They do not take advantage of that possession. Waters, Mojica. Condit, good seal, but there's a poor pass by Mojica. And read well by Lopez. Lopez drops it off for Aska. And Milligan now with the bigger Ortiz on him. Milligan wants a screen and no one's giving it to him, so instead he goes to Aska, who has the mismatch with Mojica on his back. Condit comes to help. Milligan for three. In and out. Lopez battling underneath. They say last touch by Puerto Rico will stay here for VI. That's just good hustle by Lopez and earns an extra possession for his squad. Milligan for three, indeed. Rather, that's Henson.
That 2-3 zone, right? Puerto Rico falling asleep there. Virgin Island just great ball movement, rotation around the court, move the ball quick and get Henson an open shot.
Condit pounds it home.
He uses length there, right? Didn't really get off the floor, but
it's a good pass to free him. Christmas. Go inside to him. Condit stripped him, but they're going to call the foul on the sweep through. It was the last play for Condit.
Tremont, good job there, just getting to the paint so small. 3 defenders on him so quick, assuming he's getting to the basket, and last second just drops it down. Condit knowing, getting to understand how to play with his guard.
Waters again in the front court. It's going to be two-man game between him and Condit. Rejects the screen and goes right to the rack.
He's nice. He goes from first gear to fifth gear and then just takes off either foot to finish, right? Tough to stop. And he makes it even harder on that weak side defense because you can't really time him. Is he going off the left foot? Is he going off the right foot? And he's doing that, you know, full speed, full tip. In stride, right? Hard to come across and contest it.
Coach Curry looks on, wanting her team to show some fight in the last quarter and a half here for them in Brazil. Nice pass there by Aska. Corbett had trouble catching it. As Hansen now hit a 3 on the other end, now knocking it down near side. 57-41, give Hansen double figures. Waters up top, that's a bad pass. It was read well there by Aska. Nesbitt in the open floor, did a good job of avoiding the strip from Waters and laid it in. And counting now from Nesbitt. Foul away from the basketball as Mojica hit the deck. It's only the second team foul for VI here in this period. The foul's going to be on Aska. That's his third. Ethan Thompson checks back into the game for Puerto Rico, and he'll take Reyes, who makes the long walk to his bench. Getting coached up by Coach Colon in the outside of your picture here. Mojica missed the pass opportunity. Waters with 5 to shoot. Waters, step back. In and out. And Hanson skies for the rebound. It'll be Aska. Nesbitt. Great job by Mojica, not losing to the screen. Oh, hello! Henson with the facial. Wow. No question what the top play of the day will be. Wow, when we have it. That was nasty. Wow. Changing the momentum, as you can see VI now locking in defensively. Ortiz. And he's gonna get a trip to the line as Corbett fouled in the shadow of the shot clock expiring. Guess what? It'll give us a second to take a look at this. On your head.
And that's going to be one of the ones Connor's going to hear about in the locker room. As soon as this game's over, win, lose, or draw, when he gets into that locker room before they even hit the showers, somebody's going to have something to say. And he's going to have to hear it.
You've been hosting a block party. Party seems to be over now after that finish, as Ortiz misses the second. 58-45, 3:33. Let's see if that play could spark this offense for VI. Aska thought about the three. Corbett doesn't think. Can't hit it. Tapped up. Fresh possession for VI. Nesbitt, he'll attack. Good ball movement. This is Aska now for three. Got it. Look out now. It's a 10-point game.
10-point game, 3 minutes left in this third quarter, and we said it before, right, Carlin? It's you get this thing under 10 going into fourth, you still have a game.
Second chance points keeping the Virgin Islands alive. They have 13 of them. Puerto Rico with just 2. Ortiz got stripped, got it back, can't hit, and Aska now looking to push. It'll be Nesbitt using the Aska screen. Nesbitt fires over to Corbett. Good ball movement now for VI and player movement, but that goes through the wickets of Nesbitt. See Milligan shouting instructions from the bench. The energy level has changed a little bit for the Virgin Islands. You see the bench a little bit more engaged. Players locking in defensively. There's Bloodman watching the ball. Plummer into the game now for Puerto Rico, as is Romero. Waters for three, and missed it. The eye could get it to single digits here on this possession. Aska wants Nesbitt to go to work on the bigger Romero. Nesbitt tosses one up and it falls.
He just froze. He froze Romero with that hesitation there. Got him up and then 2 feet. Off of 2 feet, gets it up at the rim. I think Romero got his feet tied up here. Oof. Got up and that's the thing, when you get that ball up above the rim, high enough above the rim, and I've always heard coaches say, you know, the higher up you get the ball, the more arc you give on it. You give that ball a chance. When it touches the rim, it's going to drop softer, right? And you can just see it there. Probably couldn't see through those trees, but put it at a point where, as long as it hit that rim, you know, it was soft and bounced off 2 sides and dropped.
Listening to the Puerto Rican huddle here in this timeout.
Keep moving the ball. Paciencia. Vamos, let's go. Box out. Box out.
Defense, 1, 2, 3, defense.
Hey, execute.
Romani Henson, 12 points, 5 rebounds. And here is his best work from this evening. That highlight will never get old. Out of the timeout, 8-point game now. Puerto Rico feeling a little bit of pressure after dominating for much of this one. Waters doing a lot of dribbling here as Romero finally sets the screen for him. That pass, tough catch by Romero, and he finished at the rim. Good hands there by the big. It's perfect from the field right now.
There you go, jinxing him.
Aska now. Fall away. It's a tough shot. And Romero now dribbling in the front court. Waters, Ortiz for 3. Way off. He's been off tonight. Aska cherry picking, and Ortiz tracking back nicely to steal that. Now Ortiz puts his head down. Throws it back to Waters. Waters using the Romero screen. Thompson, Romero inside now, a 10 to shoot. Wants to establish again, but Waters rejects that. Kicks Ortiz. Someone's gonna have to put it up. It'll be Plummer, too late. Ortiz is playing so well that that man has to spend some time on the bench. As there's about a 4-second difference between shot and game. Doesn't matter as Milligan got his steps right and lays it up in. 8-point game. Fernandez is gonna have to put it up. Can't get it to go at the buzzer. And how about VI battling back here to make it a game? An 8-point game as we head to the 4th. Last bucket here by Milligan. Spinning in the lane. 60 to 52 your score. 10 minutes remaining in the game. Puerto Rico in front. Stats from the first 30 minutes of play. Virgin Islands figuring out a way to stay in this one. And here are the best sights and sounds from the first 3 quarters of action. Highlights so far in this game. We had a block party in the first and a dunk off in the 3rd quarter. You catch all those highlights on the courtside 1891 app. Stream, schedule, scores. Yeah, but we also have extended highlights there from the FIBA basketball, AmeriCup, Eurobasket, and the upcoming FIBA Women's World Cup in Australia. Catch games in its entirety on demand. The courtside 1891 app. Great fight from the U.S. Virgin Islands, and they're back in business here. As we start the fourth quarter, they will have the basketball. They were down by as many as 21. The lead is now 8 for Puerto Rico. Last game in the round robin for these two teams. Puerto Rico with eyes on the knockout stage. Virgin Islands trying to leave here with at least one win. There's a 5 on the floor for the Virgin Islands. Milligan, Hansen, Nesbitt, Corbett, and Aska. 5 on the floor for Puerto Rico. Parker, Fernandez, Plummer, Romero, and Thompson. This is Fernandez. Thompson, good jab, feeds Parker underneath. And last touch by VI. He'll stay here for Puerto Rico with 2 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be 3 seconds on the shot clock as we'll tick down to see it there on your screen. We'll stop it at 3. All right, we got it right now. Fernandez will inbound. Up top, Romero. That's a great inbound play. Romero having himself a game, 16 points. I won't say what he is from the field. Be accused of trying to jinx it. Milken right to the basket. Count it, and the foul. Lulling the defense to sleep and put it in off glass. Coach Curry feeling maybe an upset here.
Again, taking it here and taking the bump from Plummer, just playing through it, playing tough. Understands if you're gonna make a push, it's starting right now.
7-point game. Smiles for Coach Curry. She has to be impressed, win or lose here, with the way her team is competing this evening. Not making it easy for Puerto Rico at all. Plummer attacking, knifing in. It's Romero, tough shot, missed it. Nesbitt in the front court. He wanted it back, did not get it. Now he has it, and he's open for 3. Too strong offensive rebound attempt. Henson could not corral it. Here's Fernandez. Thompson. Can't get it to go.
And VI, they're forcing some tough Puerto Rican shots, right? Contesting everything there on the floor. They're not moving their feet. Not giving up anything easy.
It's the reason why they got back into this game. We're down by 21.
You can just see more of a pop with them offensively now, right? Just look at the body language and more of a belief.
Nesbitt too short on the floater. Finally, Romero pulls it down. See if Puerto Rico could get a good look here as they try to run a set. That'll be Plummer. Thompson attacking Aska. That's a tough move. It's hard to defend a shot like that when someone's coming right at your body and able to create that space with his length.
Right at you, right there. Just that bump, right? And players that are not afraid of contact are the best with that, and tough to guard because they take that bump, they issue that bump initiated, and you know, it sets you back and they're up into their shot.
Corbett, tough shot over Thompson, and that's gonna go out of bounds. Coach Curry will go to her bench. She's gonna bring Christmas back in at the next whistle. Approach the 7-minute mark here in the fourth. Plummer. So fast on that finish. Just like that, it's an 11-point lead once again for Puerto Rico. Milgen pushing off, still keeping the handle alive. Fernandez is hounding him defensively. Aska, Hansen, 4 to shoot, tough step back, nowhere near the net. mentioned VI a little bit tough on the defensive end. The last couple of possessions, Puerto Ricans have tightened the screws as well.
See Plummer having himself a game, knocking down shots early, and you see him there attacking the basket. 10 points on the night, and he had himself, you know, a college career, right? All Big Ten third team this year in 2022 here, and Big Ten regular season co-champion. So I know all about the Big Ten, and that's a tough physical league. And just you can see the impact he's having out here, not afraid to mix it up, right? And it stems from again another young guy, but the conference he played in was extremely physical, and you can just see the way he attacks the rim, the way that he approaches the game, right? Almost like a football player out there that can shoot threes.
Parker picks up his first foul. Iliaska on the crossover. One-footed jump shot, no good. Christmas did a great job of keeping that thing alive, and now he has it. Spinning baseline, tried to get the steps right, but lost control of the basketball. Bloodman hesitates, he's doubled. Throws it up to Christmas, good hands by Christmas. Didn't get the shot to fall for him, he was looking around for a whistle. We hear Coach Cologne screaming out instructions. Romero sets for Plummer. Fernandez. Romero fell down. Fernandez is in trouble. Thompson bails him out with a three as the shot clock expires. Give him 8. Milligan tries to respond with a three, and he got hammered by Romero. Again, Romero playing so well that Condon is still on the bench. 3 free throws for Milligan. Last 3 by Thompson. 8 points, 1 assist for him. Coach Cologne never panicked when Virgin Islands were making their run. They got it back down to about 7. Didn't take a timeout. Barely left his seat, kind of let his team work it out. When you were a player, did you prefer that coaches let you guys figure it out on the floor, or were you one of those like, hey, we may not necessarily need you to drop a play, but we need to regroup, get us to the bench?
I like the timeout. I like the timeout, and it allows guys to regroup, refresh, and just, I want to hear the coach. I want to hear what they have to say. And, you know, you do have some coaches that have different philosophies, but you never want to look back and say, okay, that run, that 6-point run, the 8-point run, you know, it goes to 10, 11, 12. You never want to have that regret of looking back and saying, man, we should have called that timeout and we would go. So that's my philosophy there.
Can't take him with you.
Can't take him with you. That's for sure.
Plummer for 3. In and out. Oh! Romero with the finish. No one boxing out for VI as they were in a zone, and Romero denting the rim. 18 points and counting for Romero, and a lot of those in the paint. When he removes his shoes, you'll see a lot of blue on his sole. Here he is again with the steal in the open floor. Romero! That's going to be a blocking foul, and Lopez a little worse for the wear as the big man came crashing into him. Here's the Romero follow.
Flat-footed, that's impressive. Like, just straight off a vertical there, timed it. Flat foot just jumped straight up into the air, above and quicker than everybody.
Beautiful pictures from our crew here. We're getting every angle now of most plays. Getting you even closer to the action here in Brazil as Romero misses the free throw. He's one thing he hasn't done tonight is make free throws relatively easily. He's done everything else. 9 of 10 from the field. As he misses both. Thompson on the offensive rebound. And Fernandez says, let's run a set. Romero mad at himself. He wanted the ball immediately after. Here he is inside. Romero got the steps right. Couldn't finish though. And he'll go to the line to try and make up for that last 0 for 2 trip.
His hands are like glue, right? Anything that's in there in between traffic, he just sucks it in. Bigs with good hands that are athletic and can finish like him, tough.
Not only are they tough, but they earn themselves a lot of money playing this game.
That they do. That they absolutely do.
Can't teach size, and if you have the skill to go along with it, walk and chew gum, as they say, you'll be all right, as Romero makes up for those last 2 misses, hitting this one. Coach Curry here is creating history, being the only woman to coach a FIBA men's team here at the AmeriCup. She's watched her team compete hard here in the second half. The battle back, they were down by as many as 21. Got within 7. Puerto Rico now pouring it on in the last couple of minutes to extend their lead. Nesbitt will pull up, indeed. Lead is 13. Not out of the water yet for Puerto Rico. Still plenty of time in this game. A couple stops could make it interesting down the stretch. You got to get the stops. Thompson. Romero. Talked about his hands, went up and got that. Parker, tough move, was rejected at the rim. It's Nesbitt. Floater, rattles it home. 2+1 coming for Nesbitt.
He's played so much better as, this is probably his best game. You see him here, confident, taking it. You can actually see him looking out of the corner of his eye to see where Romero is going and kisses it high off the glass there. Nice touch. But you can see like his confidence growing as the tournament's gone on. He's come out and, just a second-year university guy and in a grown man's game right now. Just seeing him adjust on the fly, right? Special.
24 and 3 for Nesbitt. He could have had 21 as he missed the free throw. And Waters and Mojica back into the game for Puerto Rico. Waters looking to close the show. Finds Romero underneath. He misses the layup and he'll go right back to the line. That's probably a good foul there by Hansen. Looked like Waters missed the roll for Romero, but as you said, when a big has hands like Romero, you just have a wider range of catch radius.
Just the hands, like, gets that ball, just sucks it in, right? And it's funny because you watch how he moves. You often don't get that combination of athleticism and guys with the footwork like Romero and the hands. Like, to get all of that together is fairly rare. And the physicality, right? Like, you can't forget that component with him.
Christmas inside, the floater no good, and Romero rips it down. Almost turned it over in front of Waters. Was quick and will now ask for the horns. Offensive foul is going to be called on Romero. And that's the first thank you we've heard on the court as Lopez thanking our official for the foul call. Politely, of course, that is. Timeout on the floor, 2:39 remaining in the game. Puerto Rico up by 12.
This is it. Thumb down, rock you out. Okay, I'm out of here. Setting the screen. I come up. As he's coming up, you go here. I roll. Miguel coming off here. You got here. You got a driver here. As he's rolling, come out of that corner. Okay? Roll, roll, roll. Let's go.
Yep. VI 3, 1, 2, 3, VI.
Yeah, you first. Wait for me to get to
Ethan Thompson, 8 points, 2 triples. Here's his work this evening. As you look towards the knockout stage and this Puerto Rican team, you ask yourself, can they really compete and medal here at the AmeriCup? I think they answered a lot of questions here, as that's a goaltend by Romero. What impressed you about not only the performance tonight, but in the 3 games that you've seen?
Well, the versatility with the bigs is the first thing, right? And you mentioned a couple of times, and Condon's on the bench, and you have Romero in, and they're 2 different styles of bigs. And they play well, you know, with Waters, and Waters does a good job of engaging them as well as most of his teammates. And yeah, you know, the question is, can they play well enough to medal in this tournament? And I think the potential is there, but I also know once you get to those knockout rounds, the scout changes, right? And the key is going to be to get the ball out of that man's hands, and Tremont Waters, because he creates so much for this group. So, you know, it just depends on how well he adjusts to that next round of physicality and attention from opposing teams. But they do, you know, the talent is there and the balance is there. And obviously, you know, when you have a closer like Waters, that always gives you a chance.
He's going to need to close here, as VI will not go away. A 7-point game. Romero puts it on the deck. Sky hook. Overshot it. Corbett with a great rebound. Minute 26 to play. Nesbitt has had the hot hand. He has Romero on him. He attacks him. Lost control of the basketball. It's going to stay here. Rico's wanting the review. No review coming. Nesbitt is exhausted, but he's giving you all heart and all effort here tonight. He has 23 points and counting. Nesbitt using the Aska screen. Step aside 3. Nesbitt got it! 26 and counting. Still time in this game for VI. Puerto Rico needing a bucket in the worst way, as Nesbitt has come alive to make this an interesting finish. Chance of defense coming in from the VI bench. Good hedge there by Aska, forcing Waters to give it up. It's Mojica. The floater, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Mojica will try to 3 instead. He can't get that to go. Nesbitt in the front court. Who steps up for VI? Will it be the youngster? It's Nesbitt, they're up on his shot this time. Lopez for 3!
Bang, bang. He teed that up in Waters' face, right? Didn't think about it, got into his shooting pocket right there and let it fly. You know, that was also one of the shots we were saying, no, and it drops. You're saying yes because Nesbitt had the hot hand. Right now, he had the hot hand, so you're expecting to go back to him.
There's Coach Colon.
Okay. Mojica saca. Chris y Tremont aquí. Cortina, set the screen. Receive the ball, okay? Ethan in the middle, Ismael abajo. Wow, quédate atrás. Dribble, middle, attack, okay? Offense. Tremont. Wow. Chris Ortiz, Cortina. Sale Mo, atiende. Sale Mo, se la vas a dar, like zipper action. When you receive, hand off con Tremont. handoff con Tremor, Ismael Cortina ti. Okay? Sale Mojica, you go with him in the middle, he dribble, pitch, Ismael Cortina. ¿Quieres para la derecha, to the right? Yeah. What's the matter?
I'm just getting it back.
Okay. He coming to the screen, handoff with you, Ismael screen you. Everybody open, okay? Vamos, let's go.
Hey, have the presence of mind. Presence of mind.
9-0 run for VI to close this quarter. 26.6 remaining in the game. What do you do in this situation? 2.6 differential between shot and game. It's a 1-point game. Do you play it out or do you foul?
You play this down to about 10 seconds and see where. Trust your defense and try and get a stop initially.
Looks like they're going to play it out. See what happens at that 10-second mark. It's Waters attacking the floater. No. Oh! Romero on the cleanup. Oh, what a night for that man. Still a chance to tie for VI. Nesbitt had the ball poked. Aska for the tie. And that's how we'll end the game. All heart, all effort for the Virgin Islands, but they run out of time here in Brazil. Romero with the game-sealing put-back slam. Here it is.
Just found his way, right? Needle through and look at that big body getting in there, clearing out space and just getting above the rim. Just got enough fingertip on it to guide it in. You can just see it here. But it was the pursuit, right? He just beelined it down, and again, like a running back in there, just created some space for himself, and he knew what time it was. He knew the game was on the line. Tremont was gonna get the last shot, as we all probably, could have guessed in the arena, and then followed it up. Does exactly what he's supposed to do.
76-73, your final score. Puerto Rico escape on the skin of their teeth.
If you're Coach Curry, you're proud of your group. You're proud of your guys. All right, and tough loss, but just to see Nesbitt step up the way he did, and this group just trust. And she went with her young guns, a lot of her young players, and they stepped up, and that's impressive.
Final stats from a thrilling finish here for the Virgin Islands in Brazil. As you said, they should definitely not hang their heads. And Coach Curry should be proud of her team's effort. She takes an extra long look at the court here in Brazil and realizes she made history by being the first woman to coach the men's team here, rather, in the AmeriCup. Here are the best plays of the game, and a game that saw momentum shift back and forth. Puerto Rico leading by as many as 21, and they win by 3 in this one. We have one final game in the round robin to play. That's coming up here shortly. We'll see Argentina take on the Dominican Republic. Javon Shepard and Carlin Gay. Let's take a look at some of the best plays.